Our RV is parked in Plankington, South Dakota, in a really nice little park called Hills, just off the I-90 freeway at exit 308. 90 miles away, that's about an hour and a half in RV miles away from where Beauty is set up. That's our fifth wheel. We're backtracking that 1.5 hours to get to the first leg of our next very long, to us, journey, and it's without our RV. You see, about once a year we need to be back in the Phoenix Valley to do in-person doctor's visits. You know how it works. Your doc can't ethically renew your prescriptions unless he evaluates you in person. So off we go. Now, get this, to be able to get a somewhat reasonable price on airfares, Shelley had to get these tickets several months in advance, and even with that, your choices are somewhat limited to airports and air carriers, and the smaller the plane, the higher the stress levels. Her not being a big fan of flying anyways. As we are nearing our first leg, we're notified that the flight is gonna be delayed. Yep, we're off to a great start. Not much to do, but go inside and wait. Might get a bite at one of the venues in the terminal. As always, overpriced and undertaste. Then it's on to security. Something new for me. I zip right through. Now Shelley, because of all the hardware in her back, will not go through the scanner, so she always opts for a pat-down. Well, one of the swabs they use to check your clothing for unallowed chemicals set off their machine. So now they go through all of her stuff. Carry-on, purse, shoes, and another pat-down, and more wipes. Wouldn't just retesting the same area of clothing with another wipe to see if you got a false positive be more prudent? Nope.
2319! We have a 2319!
And you guessed it, they found nothing. Held everyone up, most likely because of a lack of common sense. Who makes their protocols anyways? Oh, yeah, did I mention that the flight is delayed another hour? Three hours sitting in a tube. For me, it's always a marvel. I absolutely love flying. Always have, and I guess it goes to show that I'm a pilot and have owned 3 different aircraft over the years. And would be tickled to sit behind the yoke anytime I could get the chance. Shelley, not so much. She thinks that the planes we're on this trip are too little. We get into Phoenix after dark, late, really late, and needed to take a shuttle over to the rental car terminal. Yeah, they have their own terminal, and they're all there. All the prices range dramatically. They even have quite a number of excuses why they're gouging you so badly. We did, however, find one that was slightly less than taking Ubers everywhere. A couple of quick stops on the way to our sleep spot, food and drinks, then a hot, lousy night's sleep, a quick spit bath, and our bags loaded, then on to the next very busy day. Finally, with all of our appointments out of the way, we get a quick late lunch and back to drop off the rental, followed by another shuttle back to Sky Harbor. Amazingly, security was a breeze. Back in the tube, well, a different tube. Then 3 more hours back to Sioux Falls and an hour-and-a-half drive back to our home. Think it's over? Not quite. We'll be up again early to drive 4 or 5 hours to our next destination. Come on back next week and see where we've decided to land and what our travels lead us to do and see. Oh, and as for flying, it might be more enjoyable to just take it slower. At least you might not be quite as worn out as we were. Travel safe. End of story. Wind's whipping up. Getting kind of nasty. I may have to pull that on again. Okay,